Imagine discovering that millions of people around the world share a secret inherited from a single person who lived thousands of years ago. One person, one mutation, one tiny accident in DNA. And today, that accident is staring back at us through millions of blue eyes. But what if those blue eyes are more than just beautiful? What if they come with hidden advantages? Advantages connected to survival, pain tolerance, attention, even the way people think. Sounds impossible. Well, scientists have been asking exactly these questions, and some of the answers are absolutely fascinating. So today we're diving deep into one of humanity's strangest genetic mysteries, the mystery of blue eyes, and trust me, the deeper we go, the stranger it gets. Part 1. The person who changed humanity. Let's travel back in time, way back, about 6,000 to 10,000 years ago. Imagine Europe before modern cities. No roads, no cars, no internet, just forests, rivers, mountains, and small groups of humans trying to survive. At that time, something incredible happened. A random genetic mutation appeared in one individual. Justin, that mutation affected the production of melanin inside the iris. Melanin is the pigment that gives color to our eyes. Less melanin, lighter eyes, and eventually, blue eyes. Now here's the truly mind-blowing part. Scientists believe that every blue-eyed person alive today may share a common ancestor. Think about that. Every blue-eyed child, every blue-eyed actor, every blue-eyed athlete, every blue-eyed stranger you've ever seen could all be connected to one ancient human. Amazing. A single tiny mutation, and thousands of years later, millions of people carry it. But here's the question. If blue eyes started with only one person, why didn't they disappear? Why did they spread? That's where things become really interesting. Part 2. The power of standing out. Imagine you're living thousands of years ago. You meet hundreds of people during your lifetime. Almost everyone has dark eyes, brown eyes, dark pigmentation. Then one day, you meet someone with bright blue eyes. Whoa, immediately different, immediately memorable, immediately noticeable. Humans are naturally attracted to unusual things. It's how our brains work. Even today, rare traits grab our attention. Scientists have suggested that blue eyes may have spread partly because they were unusual. People noticed them, remembered them, and perhaps even found them attractive. This idea is known as sexual selection. Sometimes traits survive not because they help people fight or hunt. Sometimes they survive simply because people like them. Crazy, right? A trait doesn't always need to help you survive. Sometimes it only needs to make you stand out. And blue eyes definitely stand out. Even today, thousands of years later. Yeah, human nature hasn't changed much. Part 3. The Northern Europe Mystery. Now things get even more fascinating. Imagine living in Northern Europe. Long winters, cold temperatures, short days. The sun rises late and disappears early. Darkness dominates much of the year. In those conditions, every extra bit of light matters. Scientists believe blue-eyed individuals may have been slightly better adapted to environments with limited sunlight. Not superhero vision, not night vision. Just a small advantage, but evolution loves small advantages. A tiny benefit repeated over thousands of years can change entire populations, and when researchers looked at modern populations, they noticed something remarkable. Countries like Sweden, Norway, Finland, and Iceland have some of the highest percentages of blue-eyed people on Earth. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. Scientists are still debating the exact reasons, but one thing is clear. In difficult environments, every little advantage counts, and perhaps blue eyes provided just enough benefit to help the trait survive. Generation after generation, year after year, century after century, until millions carried the mutation. Ooh. But the next discovery is even stranger, because it involves something nobody expected: pain. Part 4. The Pain Tolerance Mystery. Now this sounds almost unbelievable, but it's based on real scientific research. Several researchers wanted to know whether eye color could influence how people experience pain. At first, that sounds ridiculous. Eye color and pain? What could they possibly have in common? Apparently, more than we thought. One well-known study looked at women during childbirth, and the results surprised researchers. Women with lighter colored eyes appeared to tolerate pain better than women with darker eyes. Researchers also found differences in anxiety and mood after childbirth. Now, let's be clear. This doesn't mean blue-eyed people are immune to pain. Not even close. The differences were relatively small, but they were interesting enough to catch scientists' attention. Why would this happen? Nobody knows for sure. Some researchers believe genes related to pigmentation may also influence parts of the nervous system. In other words, the same genetics that influence eye color might affect how the brain processes certain experiences. And honestly, that's pretty incredible, because it suggests that something as simple as eye color may be connected to systems deep inside the human body. The mystery continues, and scientists are still searching for answers. Part 5. Are blue-eyed people better strategists? Okay, now let's talk about something even more surprising: thinking, planning, decision-making. Some studies have suggested that blue-eyed individuals may perform slightly better in tasks involving patience, planning, and long-term strategy. Think chess, think business planning, think solving complex problems over time. Meanwhile, people with darker eyes sometimes perform better in situations requiring rapid reactions and fast responses, like sports, driving, or responding instantly to changing situations. Now, before the comments section explodes, remember this: scientists are not saying one group is smarter. Not at all. The differences are small, very small, but they hint at something fascinating. Human genetics may influence behavior in subtle ways we are only beginning to understand, and honestly, that's enough to make anyone curious. Part 6. The celebrity effect. Have you ever noticed something? Blue eyes seem to dominate movies, advertisements, magazines, and social media. There's a reason blue eyes naturally attract attention. Photographers know it, filmmakers know it, marketers know it. Blue eyes create contrast. They stand out, they pull focus, they make faces easier to remember. Throughout modern history, many famous actors, models, and celebrities became instantly recognizable partly because of their striking blue eyes. In a world where attention has value, being memorable can become an advantage all by itself. Interesting, isn't it? Part 7. The hidden cost. But wait, before you start wishing for blue eyes, there's something important you need to know. Nature never gives gifts for free. Every advantage comes with a price. Blue eyes contain less melanin, and melanin helps protect the eyes from sunlight. Less melanin means less natural protection. As a result, many blue-eyed individuals are more sensitive to bright light. A sunny day that feels normal for one person may feel painfully bright for another. Some research also suggests increased vulnerability to certain UV-related eye problems. So blue eyes aren't simply an advantage, they're a trade-off, a balance, a package deal created by evolution, and evolution always demands payment. Part 8. The real reason. Blue eyes fascinate us. So after all this, well, what's the truth? Are blue-eyed people special? Maybe, maybe not. But that's not what makes them fascinating. What makes them fascinating is their story. Think about it. A tiny mutation, a microscopic change in DNA, a single moment in human history, and somehow, that moment survived. It crossed generations, crossed continents, crossed thousands of years, and reached the present day. That's incredible. Not because blue eyes are superior, but because they remind us how powerful genetics can be, how one small change can reshape the future. And honestly, that's one of the greatest stories evolution has ever written. So, do blue-eyed people really have unfair advantages? Maybe. They may attract more attention, they may have adapted differently to certain environments, they may experience pain differently, and they may process some tasks in unique ways. But they also carry disadvantages, sensitivity to light, potential trade-offs, and the same evolutionary compromises that shape every human trait. In the end, the greatest advantage isn't the eye color itself, it's the story hidden inside it, because every blue eye on Earth carries a message from the distant past, a reminder of one ancient, one forgotten ancestor, one tiny twist of DNA, a twist that refused to disappear, and eventually changed the face of humanity.